I think I'm live. I really need to put up what do you call that? I need to do like a countdown, like timer. So it's not awkward every time I come on. I'm like, yeah, we live. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Gemini solar session for the month of the March and whatnot or whatever. I hope you guys are having a happy Tuesday. Does it feel like Tuesday, guys? Does today feel like the day that you want to change your life? So I'm just mixing up these cards here because I'm going to let you guys pick your stack for your soul session. And I'm going to have you guys put it in the chat. I want to line them up a little bit. Let's see. I want them to be sort of kind of even. So we're going to have stack 1 and stack 2. And hello, how are you? Yeah, man. I feel like today is a dope ass day. Today is the day that you guys can literally change your life. You literally could if you want. I know you feel it in your spirit. But I'm going to have you guys choose from these 2 stacks for your overall energy. This is stack number 1, Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising. Love me. Please do not judge my nails. I am lazy and they look horrendous. And I think it's getting to the point where I'm like, girl, this is going too far, girl. Gone too far. So don't judge your friend Marlo. But I'm going to ask you guys to put into the chat either number 1 or number 2. So you guys can go ahead and pick your stack for your soul session. Yeah, man. Today is a super dope day. I say whatever you're inspired to do, like any one of you, it doesn't matter how magnanimous or how minute it may seem. It may have just been like a little flash, a little inspiration, a little thought. Whatever it is that's popped into your mind on today that you feel compelled or inspired to pursue, listen to yourself, my friend. Listen to yourself. So far we got a 2, we got a 1. Child, Abigail, can you please go ahead and share that miracle on over here, Abigail, with your student loans disappearing on today. Abigail, you could go ahead and send some of that good old fresh man on over here. Have my student loans disappear as well? In Jesus' name. Hey, Jamila. So it looks like we have more. Oh, no, we got a tie, or do we? Oh, no, that looks like more 1s than 2s. I'm going to need some more 1s and 2s, y'all. We're trying to pick our stack. This is 1, this is 2. Whatever comes to your spirit. I think, wait, what that is 1. That's 2. 1, 1, 2. That's literally a tie. Everybody received your student loan debt being canceled out. Okay, I think we just broke it. That's 1. So it's 1, y'all. Okay, it's 1. It's 1. We going with 1, Gemini. We going with 1. I know, it's Jamila. That's our special human. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in to you guys' overall energy before we hop into the tarot. I'm going to start out with the Eclipse Oracle, and shout out to the author of this deck who gave it to me as a gift. It is available on Etsy. I absolutely love this deck. It is amazing. So let's go ahead and see what is in store for Gemini. Okay, in the month of March. All right, we had a card that just flipped out, and the first card out, Gemini, I don't know if autofocus will be a good machine. You might have to just trust my judgment. It says teacher. And it says mentor, counselor, spiritual advisor, advice, an experience that acts as a teacher to enable growth and learning. I can dig it. So I feel the need to say this. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That is going to be the story of some of you guys' lives in the month of March. others of you, Gemini, are going to start to feel that tug and that call to either pursue some type of coaching, some form of being a mentor. Some of you may want to be like your friend Marlo and go ahead and become a counselor, you know what I'm saying? Or stepping into being a spiritual advisor. Others of you may gravitate to these particular services this month where you feel that you need someone that's kind of down in the trenches with you on the journey to kind of show you how to walk the path, if you will, and giving you some. And I just heard this word, gotta listen to my guides. And I was also told to take that top one. Initiate is the word that should be used here. Many Geminis are new initiates on the journey, and some of you who have been initiates are graduating to masters on said journey. Those of you who are on the network who saw the weekly, y'all know all about that in the Pretty Mystic memo. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you read it. Anywho, next card that we have here, we have Pin, and it says new job slash career. New job slash career. Then we have teacher. Just throwing that out there. The next card that we have is Bull. A Taurus friend may be of use to you. I'm just saying that, but that's not what the card says. But it says you might also have Taurus in your chart. Anyway, it says do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Oh my gosh, if that is not the story of everyone's life in the collective this month, dude. The next card that you guys have is Heart. Autofocus worked and it's not working again. Okay, it says heart. And it says love, deep affection, and caring. This is so beautiful. So here is the thing, my beautiful Geminis. I do feel for you guys in a very tangible, very 3D sense that there are going to be new opportunities that find their way to you in the month of March if they have not already. I do feel a very specific energy here where this is literally somebody who is a teacher in real life. Like, I don't know, there's some kind of I feel some sort of gap or something. So, I mean, I know typically, because I worked in the school system before as a counselor. So I know we usually sign on a contract for like that school year. So I don't know what this is, but whoever this is for, it's somewhere where there's some sort of gap, like you left the school or something like that. And it's a job you guys are going to get. I don't know if it's moving out of one dynamic into another. But yeah, so this is like a literal like certified teacher teaching job that I feel with that. Not for everyone, just for this one person that I'm talking to. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Marlo. But other than that, I feel a lot of you, this is really speaking to a spiritual call here. And kind of just like the message I was telling you guys when we first started, I was like, does anyone feel like that inner unction that, today is the day your life could change? Like you kind of have that fire in your belly where you want to do something different or you want to try like something new. Why I stress to listen to yourself in reference to that is because this very well could be the day that you pivot into the direction of everything that is ordained for you. And for a great deal of you, this is going to be stepping into your call, whether as initiate or master. But like I said with Bull, this is the same energy signature that's been coming up for the entire collective of this is about us coming to that crossroads, us picking a side, 10 toes down, like standing for what it is that you believe in, regardless of what kind of opposition comes against you. So you want to be like a Taurus. You know what I'm saying? Manifest yourself love into this realm. Anywho, first card out. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So there's a little bit of an energetic blockage here, just like my autofocus is energetically blocked. I'm just saying. So there's a little bit of an energetic block here coming into the month Gemini, which says to me that it's almost like a slow start to March. It's like today, because we're a couple of days into March. Today may be the first day where things kind of start to feel a little pizzazzy. But for the most part, coming out of February and into March, you guys could have felt like energetically or emotionally blocked, or, there was like a delay with this whole job type of thing. You could have been waiting to hear back from a person or a job, like a application that you put out, and it's kind of been slow in coming. or it could just literally be your own energy feeling block, like creative block or writer's block, if you will. The next card that we have, looky there, that's what it is. We have the Eight of the Swords. So the whole thing is, my beautiful, beautiful Gemini, you got to get out of your head and back into your heart, my friend. So with this energy being blocked with the Eight of Wands, I feel this is more or less if we're talking about something outside of you, you guys were waiting on, whether it's communication or some sort of an opportunity. What this is saying to me, it's delayed and not denied. And I feel the delayed is what's kind of provoking a little bit of anxiety or worry. Or, like I said, if this is something speaking to creativity, like the fact that you're like, oh my gosh, like I have to write this thing, and like, why am I not getting ideas? Like, why can't I think? Whatever the case. And it's kind of binding you even more so into your mental space, right? Trying to figure it out on your own. But the key is to step out of your head and back into your heart, meaning your emotional space, your inner sanctum, your connection with spirit, because that's really what's needed here. So, any type of masculine, and I'm saying masculine, like divine masculine energy, like masculine action, like from the within to the without, that's not really what's needed here. It's really the divine feminine energy of that inner receptivity that's needed, because I feel you're trying to solve or combat a spiritual problem with your brain, and your brain isn't equipped to receive or solve matters of the spirit, if you will. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. Yep, that's that anxiety. So here's the thing, my beautiful Geminis, this is all in your head, my babe. It's all your thoughts. It's all in your head. I kid you not. So I can tell you the beginning from the end. Seeing all of this stuff that's coming for you, Gemini, what's for you is for you. It's already coming for you. But the test that you guys are going through is like literally the latter part of February into the beginning part of March. I could tell you guys that. So it's being energetically attacked, right? But it's through your thoughts. Like, and that's why I love this deck. Like, the swords cards in these crows, dude. It's, imagine if every time you went outside, the crows swarming around your head, like the movie Birds. You know what I'm saying? It's like it would be all of that, right? That's what that energy is like, because it's like a hazy cloud over your head of anxiety and worry. But the thing I can tell you is there's nothing to worry about, because this is delayed, not denied, right? It didn't come within the time frame of what you want. But what lies at the end of this is you guys stepping into what's for you, stepping into alignment, right? But in order to get into alignment with what's for you, you have to be in alignment. You know what I'm saying? So I understand as an air sign, because like I said, my rising's in Gemini. I totally get it. But it's like you cannot, just like you can't sanctify the spirit through the flesh, right? You can't listen to spirit with your mind, because it just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, spirit is going to speak through your heart space. But I feel similar to what I was picking up with Cancer. It's this very solo dolo kind of vibe of like, I need to figure this out. I need to do this. Like, I need to, kind of jump in head first type of thing. And it's like, that's super duper cool to be, solo dolo lone wolf vibes. Like, that's totally cool, but just don't leave your creator out of it. Like we joke about on the network, it's like, don't leave the high priestess at the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just leave her there, you know? So I feel you guys have to step back into that inner sanctum. You have to realign with your intuition. But I feel that there's some sort of a fear there, because with this Eight of Swords, I'm really seeing a willful blindness that got out of control with the Nine of Swords. You know what I mean? So it's almost like with whatever this is you guys were waiting on, or any type of movement forward you guys were waiting on, when that got like delayed, right? You vacated into your head, because it's almost like a fear sprung up. Like, job said, "Oh, you'll hear from us by Monday." And it's like, it's Tuesday and I ain't hear nothing from them. And it's like, I probably didn't even get that job, my dream job that I want so bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thought of fear. And then that turns into a spiral with the Nine of Swords, right? But mind you, the only thing that really happened is that there was a delay, not a denial. It's like all of this is like fear. So it's playing out this scary horror show only in your head. And it's a need to realize that because, our brains are powerful things, dude. Like if you're getting sucked into a fear in your head, your body is going to start responding as if it's real. And that's how we manifest things. Because our mind is literally like it's a big mega antenna slash magnet, you know what I mean? And it's going to only attract more of its kind. But I have to stress the fact that whatever this fear is, you're kind of measuring it worse than what it really is. Because again, it's delayed, not denied. Next card that we have is the King of Swords. So this is all about mastering your mind in the month of March, my wonderful Gemini. It's you overstanding your situation through your mental. It's you allowing your brain to be in service to you and you not being in service to it. I feel coming into the month, and hopefully by you guys hearing this, it gives you some empowerment because it's legit. I don't know why I just heard scrying. I have no idea. I just heard that. I'm just saying it because I heard it. Anyway, but it's like in this first part of the month, I literally see it as like walking around with a blindfold or something, man. It's like everything that y'all are seeing is not real. Like it's not happening. It just feels like it is. But the whole charge here that puts you guys into this whole crossroads energy we're talking about with the collective that gets you in alignment with what your true calling is, like what it is that you're here to do, is you overcoming the mind, right? Now, when it comes to teacher, whether we're talking about spiritual teacher, we're talking about a counselor, therapist, life coach, spiritual advisor. Any one of us with a title such as that is a master of their mind. You have to be, because you can't like be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Literally that simple. Like we can't have any dominion over anything in our life if we don't master the mind first, right? Because that's like the beginning of all of our troubles. It's also the end of all of our troubles. We can try to do a ton of energy work. We could balance our chakras 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? We could put crystals in our socks and in our bra. You know what I mean? We could do yoga like 5 times a day, every day. But if you still think the same, it's for nigh, right? You can get demons cast out of you. You can go to a whole deliverance service and a revival, get all the demons cast out, but they're going to come back with 7 more because you still think the same, right? So the whole premise of this month, Gemini, is for you to gain dominion over your mind. It's not about figuring it all out, because I've been saying that to everybody, right? It's not about you figuring it all out. I feel the opposition that you guys have is not external to you. The opposition that Gemini is fighting in the month of March is within your own head. It's like your own worst enemy is in the mirror, right? And I say that figuratively speaking, not saying that you're literally your own enemy, but saying it figuratively speaking because it's how you're thinking about things, right? It's the fact that a fear can be provoked and you spiral and you start getting obsessive, suspicious thoughts. And what if this and what if that? And then probably this and probably that. And now your mind has run away from you. You have to pull the reins on your own mind because it's your mind after all, right? It's not allowed to be able to just like run crazy like a little badass kid. You know what I'm saying? There's consequences for these things. So I feel in so many words, like what you don't want to back down from is this thought spiral here. And what you're really standing up to is that those lower vibe thoughts that are attacking your head. So it's similar to what I was saying to Cancer in the sense of it's you standing in truth and speaking truth to the lies, right? When y'all see y'all extended, that's going to make so much sense because that's really what it boils down to at the end of the day. It's like us understanding what truth you're standing on. That's what it means to pick a side. It's like, what are you living your life for? Who are you posturing your life in the image of? When you say that, we're awakening or we're ascending, who are you ascending to be in the image of what? What does that look like? Right? And what is that mind like? If we were to say it in simplistic metaphysic terms, what we're talking about here is ascending from sensory consciousness, that's your human brain that's in your head that's going to die when your body dies, right? And ascending to a higher consciousness, which is something that's eternal, right? And that's who you were before you got here. That's who you're going to be after you leave. You feel what I'm saying? So this is about you overstanding life. It's like this is like a little minion talking about your brain and your thoughts. It's a little minion that is completely out of control. You know what I'm saying? Your brain is not supposed to be having all that power. It's supposed to be a tool to the soul that is in your body, right? Not sitting up here and bossing you around, you know? So it's all about pulling the reins in on that, because I feel you guys are being oppressed by your own thoughts, dude, by your own thoughts, and they're lower vibrational. So when we talk about speaking truth to the lie, for those of you who come from a Christian background, right? That's like what they would teach you in church about, like using the word, right? To rebuke things, right? So it's like if a lie pops up in your mind, it's like you can speak the truth to it. But you can do that with anything that is truth, right? But if you don't have a truth, then what do you speak to the lie? How do you even know that the lie is a lie? How do you know that low vibrational energy is even speaking to you if you don't know the difference between high vibration and low vibration? You know what I'm saying? We can think we do, but in transit, do we really? Because if you do, you could step in your little bull energy and be like, hell to the no, no, the devil is a lie. You feel what I'm saying? So that you don't end up in this spiral. That's what the whole call is this month. But it's a lot deeper than, oh, I'm going to stand in opposition to the lie, but you have to be clear on what the lie is. And I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? You got to use your spiritual ears for this one, right? And listen to the words behind the words of what it is that I'm saying, my beautiful Geminis, So this is all about you guys overstanding your situation. And how it is that you do that is by reattuning to the intuition. Right now, you guys are being spiritually attacked by a spirit of fear, but it's a spirit of fear that's hitting you in your thought forms of like worst case scenario, almost is what I feel these thoughts are. And it's clouding your vision to where you're not able to see. But this is stuff that's already happened. Like what you're projecting into like this little spiral thing, this is coming from like a past situation. Like this is something that you went through before, and I feel that it's like instigating that fear again, if that's making sense. I hope that that's making sense, y'all. Next card that we have. Oh, I had to look at that. Oh, that's the Hermit in the reverse. So there's a tad bit of isolation that's happening here too. And that's another thing that's kind of not safe, Gemini, is you want to get recycled energy that's in, right? So those of us, I'm one of those people where we spend a lot of time in our head, right? Having people around you that love you, that can speak like life and light into you is so imperative, because whenever you kind of get into these head spaces, you have a tendency to isolate. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have someone who's, blowing in, fresh oxygen, right? It's like you're going to suffocate yourself in CO2. You feel me? So I feel with this Hermit in the reverse falling under this Eight of Swords, there's a tendency for Gemini to self-isolate, to cloister yourself. And I feel what you've been telling yourself up to this point, right? Like with this whole little delay that you may be seeing as a denial here, it's like your self-protection mechanism goes into, oh, I just need some time to myself, right? I just need to kind of like think some things through, realign and things of the sort. But the truth is you're isolating yourself from people to like self-abuse in your head. But it's getting to this point where you've done this for so long that it's like you started to believe your own narrative. It's like you tell yourself that "Oh, I'm taking a step back because, I just need some time to myself, just need to recharge," whatever. But what you're really doing is beating yourself up in your head and playing out 1,000 different types of worst case scenarios and calling it, you needing time to yourself. You know what I mean? And that's something that's being called out this month because that's not behooving you. Because once again, going back to the beginning, this Eight of Wands in the reverse is delayed, not denied. And I'm just going to take a moment, Gemini, everyone who's ready to be honest with themselves. And this moment before I pull y'all last card. How many times have you found yourself in this situation? How many times has something been delayed, right? You assumed it was denied. You went into this whole fear spiral. They don't want to be my friend no more. They probably gonna break up with me. They probably gonna fire me from this job. I probably ain't get that damn job. Whatever the case. When you went into this whole little fear spiral, and then all of a sudden, you're stepping back from everybody, you're turning your phone on, do not disturb. I don't want to talk to nobody. And then all of a sudden, bam, the thing happened. And you like, oh, your friend texts you back and it's just like, "Hey, what's up? My bad. Left my phone at home today." And it's like, "Oh." How many times in your life can you recall that something like that has happened? And that feeling of that, "Oh, oop, oh," right? This is something that who resonates with this is familiar with. That's why it's calling you out on it. And just like how I told Cancer that their little key signifier for this month is every time they feel fear. For my Geminis, you guys' key signifier in the month of March is the spiraling, the suspicion, the accusations, the paranoia. Like, whenever that stuff starts rising up, that's those dark forces that are taking you off the path. And you have to stand in this King of Swords energy, in this little bull energy that y'all have, and stand against the opposition. You have to call those things a lie. You have to resist the need to want to cover, hide, isolate, because what this is really speaking to is a sense of rejection of, I'm going to take myself out before anyone else has the chance. I'm going to reject you before you reject me. I'm going to leave before you tell me to leave. But all of this is a same old energy cycle from way back when that's still being played out anytime this like abandonment fear is triggered. Now, I can say wholeheartedly, as a therapist, as a spiritual teacher, something like this is hard for a lot of people to overcome. You want to know why? It's because it's hard for people to admit that it's happening, right? But see, it's some real true, like OG type of stuff. When you can see this in yourself and you can gain dominion over your mind, that's when you become a beast mode teacher, dog. Because what you're teaching people is literally gold. It's fresh manna. It's life altering. It can change the course of people's lives. It's that sword of truth that separates marrow from bone because it's that real. It's like, this is truth. This is not. These are the boundaries. This is high vibe. This is low vibe, right? We have an expansive gray area in between, but being in tune, you're able to use your intuition and your discernment to have x-ray vision on anything and anyone in life. You get the master key to life at that point. And then you can't think of anything better than you sharing this gift that you're in possession of with every single life you touch, because you think about how much time you spent in your life being a prisoner of your own mind, and to find out that there's freedom outside of that. My God, you want to stand on the rooftops and share it with the world. And I can tell you guys, that's exactly where it is that you're headed this month if you will it, right? So whatever this thing is that's delayed from my Geminis coming into this month, it's to intentionally provoke you to do the thing that you do so you can get called out on it. You can choose to be honest with yourself and say, "You know what? I does do that, Marlo. I does do that. I be doing that. I does that. I does the thing. I do be doing that. That's why I'm sitting in the dark right now under the covers, listening to you on my phone." Right? You know what I'm saying? So you accept, okay, I'm doing that. And it's like, all right, I'm going to stand in opposition to this. I'm going to start speaking truth on it. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, whether that's your affirmations, whether it's scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, you have to stand in opposition to every negative thought that comes into your brain, right? And you got to work it like a muscle, my beautiful Gemini. You know what I'm saying? I hope that that's making sense, my beautiful humans. So I'm going to pull one more cord for you guys to know that's Virgo energy, by the way, with the Hermit in the reverse, in case you didn't know. And I don't remember what I said in Virgo's reading, but maybe that may be of help. I would tell you to watch Taurus too, but Taurus is tomorrow. So come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Taurus and Aries. So let me get one more chord, Spirit, from my beautiful Geminis, please, Spirit. One card only for my beautiful Geminis. You know what I'm saying? Any day now. Oh, that's it. That's the one. Ooh, child. There we go. Come on, Capricorn energy. We got the devil in the reverse. I don't know what happened in Capricorn season, Gemini, but that may be of some relevance to you all. But anywho, with this devil in the reverse, dude, this is really what we're talking about. It's about facing the demon. I love this card in this deck because it shows you how one is plagued in their mind by this devil energy, by this energy of, like, bondage and oppression and addiction and trying to fill voids in our life and all this other kind of stuff. It just brings us back to the source of everything, of one needs to confront the void. Right? So like I said, it's like with this being like, an abandonment kind of issue thing, or an avoidant kind of thing, very fear-based. It's needing to confront your own demon, your own self. Like, this is literally talking about shadow work, y'all. Like, we got the shadow work course on the network where we're talking about these things, and just the simple fact that each and every one of us, if I were to put it into like psychological terms, if I were to quote Virginia Satir in her theory of inherent human worthlessness, all of humanity was born, and Catholics call it original sin, but it's like a void in our soul. It's the God-shaped hole in our heart, and we spend our entire lives trying to fill it with things, stuff, people, on top of getting conditioned and reconditioned and oppressed and abused and traumatized, you know what I'm saying, by our whole lineage and things of the sort. You feel what I'm saying? And then we're adults where we're dealing with something like this, and then you have someone like me who's all like, the void, right? But it all goes back to the beginning. It's not necessarily about, like I've been telling everyone all month, you guys having this whole soul cleaning where you get to the bottom of things and you pull out the little shadow seed and all that kind of stuff. It ain't about all that. It's just acknowledging where it is that you are now and understanding lots of things that you've been through have gotten you to this point, but it's needing to admit what's missing. It's something is missing inside of me and I don't know what it is. I can promise you, you will go through every single layer of that onion. And for every single human being on planet Earth, the answer will be the same, has always been the same, and will always be the same. It is the same presently. It's a God shaped hole in your heart. Everything in the physical realm would be considered devil, right? It's sensory, it's flesh, right? But it's trying to solve a spiritual problem with physical things. Like I said in the beginning with this Eight of Swords, you cannot sanctify the spirit through the flesh. And that's what we're conditioned to do, right? So we're trying to solve a God problem with human means. That's where the addiction and the devil in the reverse comes from, right? Because it's unfulfilling and it leaves us more broken and more hurt and more hungry for more, right? It's like the thirst that's never quenched. So when I say this devil in the reverse is what's being confronted here, it's acknowledging that void and knowing that you're in good company because all of humanity has it. All of humanity does, regardless of what anyone's belief system is. One truth that I know, that there's only one thing lacking in every human's life, and that's that God-shaped hole in your heart with a W. Acknowledging that is full. and living from that space because you're not going to find what you're looking for here, right? And we've looked everywhere else, we've tried everything else. So that's a tall order, Geminis. It's a tall order for this year. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the call is for this month, my beautiful human. This is like final showdown once and for all, seeing your Judas in the mirror, if that makes sense. You know? Don't sell yourself out for a few pieces of silver, is all I'm saying. But anywho, that has been your soul session for March. My beautiful Geminis, I hope that this helped. I hope that this blessed your life. I hope that it gave you some insights into your situation and some things you can practically apply. I am going over to my network so I can key with my staff and my members and whatnot. But all of you guys, extendeds are up on all the platforms that I'm on. And of course, we will be back on tomorrow to do Taurus as well as Aries to wrap up the soul sessions for March. I thank all of you for being here. I thank you guys for welcoming me back after my little sabbatical. And I appreciate all of you, my sweet, sweet, precious gems. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. And hopefully, I might actually paint my nails. Love your face.